Hello, muggles, wizards, witches, and HitPoint friends. We ranked the MCU. We decimated in our ranking of Star Wars. Now it's time for Harry Potter. Alright, as you can see here, we are not only ranking the movies, but also the books. A couple of ground rules. First, we will rank the books, and then the movies. And we will be going in release order, which is also chronological order. So here we go. We first come to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's / Philosopher's Stone. The book that started it all. That took all of us on the journey with a boy who had been attacked by a evil wizard and survived, and with a lightning bolt on his forehead. It has action. It has drama. It has little kids wetting their pants. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, S tier. Second, we come to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Now the story gets a little bit darker. We get some of the backstory of Tom Riddle, just very slightly. We have a giant snake. We have people being petrified. Oh, so much drama. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, S tier. Third, we get to Prisoner of Azkaban. Now the story takes a turn of even more darkness. We have hooded figures that look like ring wraiths. We have a mystery figure of a character who was responsible for giving up James and Lily Potter's location. We have teenage angst starting to enter into the story. We have more action. We have werewolves. Prisoner of Azkaban, S tier. And now we get to the fourth book of the Harry Potter series, The Goblet of Fire. This one was amazing. You had, instead of Quidditch, tasks done by 4 people, where they are now having to go through and show how great of a wizard they are. You have dragons. You have merfolk. You have a maze full of different creatures. And at the end, the darkness, the Dark Lord himself returns, and we have death, very lasting death. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, S tier. Sorry, I had to start actually dressing up adequately for this video with my scarf and have my wand at the ready. Now we come to Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. If you thought there was teenage angst before, just wait until this book. You have more death. You have more darkness. You have teenagers wanting to kiss? You have secret organizations. You have a new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher who is very evil in a different way. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. You go into, you guessed it, the S tier! And now we come to the Half-Blood Prince, where we learn way more about Tom Riddle / Voldemort than we ever knew before. So much backstory, so much more depth to the character. And not only that, Harry becomes an expert at potions just by reading a book. And Dumbledore and Harry become closer and closer as pupil and teacher. We have another humongous death at the end. We have more action. We have more teenage angst. And we have a dark mark above the astronomy tower. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, S tier. And now we reach the conclusion of our story. The epitome of everything. The climax, the battle to end all battles in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. We have more sacrifices of people, not actual sacrifices, just people sacrificing themselves for Harry. We lose a dear friend of Harry's at the beginning. We have Harry Potter clones. We have a very gigantic battle between the Death Eaters and the people at Hogwarts. We have a quest of finding Horcruxes, where we journey throughout the wizarding world. And we have Harry accept finally what he needed to all along, to be willing to give himself up for his loved ones, just like his mother did for him. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, S tier! I figured I probably needed to actually put on a hat that was more suitable for this video, so I decided I better get my sorting hat. We have finished the books. Now we get into the movies. Starting off, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Almost exactly the same as the book, except for some changes at the end involving the different things Harry, Ron, and Hermione needed to get through to get to the Sorcerer's Stone. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the film, F tier. Now we're to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the film. Once again, pretty similar to the book, maybe some tweaks here and there, but pretty much the same story. So the second film, F tier! Now we come to Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the film. And this is when things started changing. No longer did they just follow the books. They started adding things. They removed things. They took out key elements of story that made you understand motivation. Definitely not as good as the book, but definitely a little bit better than the first two because it got a little darker and the kids are growing up. So, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the movie, F tier! And now, the fourth movie, The Goblet of Fire. One of my favorites of the books was Goblet of Fire. And now the movie, pretty decent. But for some reason, they got rid of all the magical creatures in the maze. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, F tier! Now we come to movie number 5, The Order of the Phoenix. And if you thought there was enough teenage angst in the book, apparently the movie makers thought differently. You wanted more teenage angst and stupidity? You got it! Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, the movie, F tier! Now, movie number 6, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. If you wanted to see the backstory of Tom Riddle unfold in front of you and Harry learn more about his enemy, well, you better go look elsewhere because they didn't include any of that in this movie. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, F tier! And now we come to the final 2 films because for some reason they decided The Deathly Hallows was the only one that was worth splitting into 2 movies. None of the others, just Deathly Hallows. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. If you wanted to see 3 characters wander around for almost 2 hours, getting absolutely nowhere, this is the movie for you. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, F tier! And at last, we come to the final movie, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. The second part, oddly enough, almost follows the book to the T. And it is better off for it compared to all the movies that came before. So Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, S tier! So as you can see, all of the books are in the S tier as well as the last Harry Potter movie. And the reason for that is because, as we all know, for the most part, books are always better than the movies that are based off of them. It's Wingardium Leviosa, not Leviosa. Come at me.